Back with Brian and JJ Radio.
Yeah.
We do not have Mr. Bobby Cortez. We have Mr. Brian Gutierrez, our co-host, and we're bringing in all the top dogs of the residential real estate world here in San Antonio. We have Mr. Jason Weaver.
Leave it to Weaver.
Jason is with EXP Realty. Jason actually was still a colleague of ours. Was with Keller, now is with EXP. I want to say, I think you used to be a youth pastor.
I did, yeah, for 14 and a half years.
14 and a half years.
That's it?
No.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a chicken.
Yeah.
I couldn't do the lifer.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It was.
14 and a half years, he says I couldn't do a lifer. That feels like a lifetime.
That feels like a lifer.
Yeah. You definitely saw a child born and then grow up to be in your program, and then you said, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. I've seen it all.
He put me into retirement.
Yeah.
So talk about that. So you changed a whole, I mean, that's not even it's a completely different atmosphere. So what got you into real estate from there?
That's a good question. So I moved to San Antonio to take care of my mom. She was very ill at the time, and I needed something else to do. So I got a job as a mover, and which was fun. It was no stress, but it was long hours and nothing, no life. Yeah. Pretty back-breaking, but I was in great shape.
I bet.
And
I should be a mover.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
While I was doing that, I was just like, you know what? I have no idea what I want to do with the rest of my life, so this is good for now. And my brother-in-law, who's a contractor, actually was like, well, we should flip houses, and we'll split it 50-50. And like I said, he's a contractor, and I know how to use a hammer.
Nice.
So I decided, well, if we're going to split it 50-50, then I'll become a real estate agent, and if I like it, that'll be my career.
Sure.
So I kind of just lucked into real estate.
Definitely. Yeah.
We're glad to have you.
I know. So let's talk about, how was the house flipping business? How do you feel about that type of
We haven't done any of it, actually.
I know.
Whatsoever. We've done none of it since I switched over. His business took off, and he was just so busy that he didn't have the time to devote to anything else. And I was learning how to do real estate and be a real estate agent.
For sure. So, Jason, you've been in the real estate industry a bit now. So talk about like what really separates you from your competition and why, because there's obviously a tremendous amount of agents here in San Antonio.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I think some of the things that I like to tell my clients that distinguish me is the fact that I'm a really strong negotiator because I understand what the market is. I know it's fair for both sides. I do work for that win-win for buyers and sellers in the situations. And the other thing is that I take the time to explain the process to my clients throughout the entire thing. I may say it at the very beginning, and I'll repeat it over and over and over again until they're comfortable with whatever it is that they're going forward. My clients like to say that I leave them feeling like they're still in control of the situation and that I'm not dictating what they should do.
Definitely.
And I think it's great too because I've worked with Jason on a number of transactions before, being on the lending side, with his buyers. And one thing he does is he's not with them. He's not transactional. He's relationship oriented. Sometimes to the point where he's with these guys for life. I mean, they turn into friendships. And I think it's great because you have agents that get in there that have a very transactional mindset. They're just looking for the paycheck, where he jumps in saying, look, I'm in this to help you, and 2 years from now, if you still need help or you need to understand something, you can still call me.
Right.
And they do. They call him 30 days later, like, what do I do? What's up with this? What is this piece of mail I got? Oh, that's scam or spam or whatever, So he's great at bringing that resource for them.
How important do you feel that is now? I feel like even all of us, I feel in any industry, we forget how big of a purchase this really is. And it's usually the biggest single purchase that any American does, right? And so,
exactly.
And so it shouldn't be transactional. It should be it should be this. Really
it should be your friend when you're done with it.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's like a nasty divorce.
Right.
I've seen that too, you know, especially if you get that person who kind of pushes them on, and that's certainly not Jason. But it's definitely something that you need to look out for and find somebody like Jason to kind of put you through there and hold your hand through it.
So Jason, now you're helping other agents though.
Yes.
Right? Talk about that a little bit.
Well, I mean, I guess maybe because of my youth ministry background, I've considered myself to be an educator, a teacher.
Sure.
And what I really love to do and what I'm the most excited about, whether it's helping a buyer or seller succeed at buying or selling their house, or it's a brand new agent learn how to create a business and be successful in that so that they can provide whatever kind of life they want for their family. I love to see other people be successful.
Sure.
So what I would love to do is in the next 5 years, I would like to be transitioning so that I'm a full-time coach and trainer. And what I do with the real estate is that the agents that I have a lot of trust in, I'll be giving them referrals.
Right.
And things like that for all of my local business and business across the country.
Right. And so in what capacity you feel you So you're gonna be coaching them on how to do real estate in general.
Coaching them on how to run a business. The training is more geared around how to be a real estate agent.
Gotcha.
So the coaching is, how do you have a business? How do you still have a life?
Right.
How do you fluctuate that? Kind of like what the one thing says. I know you're big on the one thing.
Sure.
That how do you define success?
Right.
And what does that look like? How can I help you work toward the things and do the things that you need to be doing in order to focus on that?
Yeah, and then you can just kind of take from your past experiences in the game.
Precisely.
And then
lots of failures.
Yeah, which is good because that's where you learn the most, I guess.
Exactly.
Went from coaching today's youth, baby, to coaching real estate agents that just need help.
Which is probably less mature than today's youth.
That could be. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I'm with you.
So I see how that. How
I wasn't going to say that, but I was thinking it.
Pretty close parallel, folks. Pretty close parallel.
Yeah. Well, Jace, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
If you want some more information of how to get a hold of this incredible gentleman, go to Jason Weaver. That's jasonweaver.exprealty.com, or call him directly at 210-710. Again, that's 210-710-3923. We'll see you next week on Bobby or Brian JJ Radio.